Hey folks, Nomo here. It's a proverbial fish or cut bait time with the Village Council in Indiantown. In this update, we're going to set the stage for your opportunity to score a big win for the good guys. How? Well, stand by, because we're going to give you all the details as we take a look at the current state of affairs in Indiantown with the Martin County Fire Rescue Plan. This discussion has nothing to do with anybody owing anybody anything else. It doesn't have to do with long black hair or the color of your skin. What it does have to deal with is the fact that residents, business owners, and neighbors have made their voice very clear about the Howard Brown proposal for fire rescue changes in Indiantown. At the last council meeting, Ms. Susan Gibbs Thomas introduced a petition into the record of over 535 signatures of local residents and business owners that do not want a change in fire rescue service. That's a really big statement. Given the fact that 900 to 1,200 people typically vote in an Indiantown election, that's a significant block of voters to upset going into the next election cycle. 3 of the 5 will be up for re-election, and we already know one of those council persons are admittedly against any changes in the service delivery. We only need 3 votes to stay or go, so we need 2 more. Over the past few months, the people of Indiantown have demonstrated and spoken publicly to the council. They've said no to a change in fire rescue. For every one of the 500 plus signatures on that petition, there are easily double the amount in the village that, given the opportunity, would vote for no change at all. 2 things strike us as encouraging here at TAM about the next village council meeting. And before we get there, let's give you some information you may not have heard yet. During the past couple of weeks, a certain village council member, Miss Gibbs Thomas, has been taking extraordinary effort to continue to repair the fractured dialogue caused by the mayor, Howard Brown, Jackie, and others with the county commission. In a spirit of true American grace, the county's once again extended an olive branch to the village council. This time their offer is final, though. It's an offer that will help secure more grant dollars for infrastructure development, water, roads, and economic development. The first caveat is this: a $300,000 payout from the county to the village for a 5-year arrangement that will distribute grant money to the village for the purpose of delivery of the water. Things like dead hydrant replacement and pressure upgrades will be paid for up to the tune of $1.5 million by the county. Something a fire truck needs is water, so when your house is burning to the ground, it'd be nice to have a hydrant working. The funds will amount again to $1.5 million for the village to use over a 5-year period, or $300,000 a year. For 5 years. Further concessions from the county are also being considered, like taking the deed restriction off the Booker Park Firehouse. That way, instead of being used solely for parks and recs, it may be used for general public use, excluding fire rescue. Others are kind of feel-good administrative concessions, like reporting and, some of those things. Here's the best part of all of this, though. We the people, made it happen. That's right, you made it happen. By signing the petition, by being at the village council meetings, and by telling the elected no, you have actually made a difference. How do we know? That's a good question. Here's how we answer that for you. The next council meeting will include fire rescue as a discussion item one more time. Thank you, Susan Gibbs Thomas, for making sure this topic stays alive. Why is that a big deal? Well, this time the rubber's going to meet the road, as they say. At the next meeting, each of the council members will have an opportunity to either vote to reject Martin County or to use them for 5 more years. If they decide to can Martin County, we'll use them for 1 more year after that, and then spend nearly $2 million in the same year on a questionable consultant and planning. Then in October of 2022, walk away from Martin County Fire Rescue and spend another $6 million for the first year of local subpar service. That is, if Howard and the consultant have estimated everything properly. Then, if they vote at the next meeting to use the county services for another 5 years, they'll receive $1.5 million from the county as income, not expense. They'll also receive other concessions that make this a positive win for the people of the village. You see, though, you still have a role to play because this is not a done deal yet. Here's what you can do. While no one likes conflict, sometimes we have to stand to defend our freedoms and our family's safety, just like we've done at the last couple of village council meetings. Now, on the 13th, we all need to gather again. This time, the COVID emergency orders will be scrapped and we can fill the council chambers with people and signs. We must gather one more time to let them know we are still watching and that their political skin is in the voters' sights. If they're too scared to vote one way or the other, then maybe they should hold a referendum on the matter. Let the people vote on it. Or they can act like the adult we elected and they can do your will. Much easier, really, and less expensive in the long run. We're winning, and we can end this bad nightmare. We will win in the way it is designed, by standing up and speaking out, in numbers. Remember, when one stands, it's easier to dismiss them. But when two stand, they encourage two more. And then 4 beget 8, and 8 16, until we, the people, send a loud message to those that work for us. If they fail to heed our desires and wishes, and we will not forget. If you're tired of feeling like no one listens, if you're tired of being bullied into things you know are wrong, you want to make a difference? Join your neighbors and fellow Americans for one more rally at the Village Hall to help seal the deal and keep fire rescue in Indiantown. It's time for a win. This time for the good guys, and it starts with you. So stand. And as always, we hope you'll like us on Facebook and be sure to follow talkaboutmartin.com on our webpage for TAM alert notifications and access to all of the news that is news in Martin County. We're working on several more items that are going to raise your eyebrows and your blood pressure too. So until next time, stand by.